Hi Gemini, and welcome to your Twin Flame Journey Tarot reading for May 2019. Now this reading can be for joined twin flames, separated twin flames, or those of you who have not yet met your twin flame. I'm going to read your energy on this side of the reading, Gemini. Now, if you resonate more like this is your side and this is the side of your twin, that's fine. You can swap it that way, but for the sake of the reading, I will just refer to this side as you and your energy. Those of you who have not met a twin flame yet, if you're really resonating to one of the sides of this story, then you can assume that the other side is what your twin flame is working on and going through right now, in essence, to shape and prepare them for the union, as well as what you're working on, because we're going to look at heart, mind, and soul in this reading, as well as how the energies are playing out in the month of May. So let's begin. I'm going to pull a card here to look at what is in the heart space of you and your twin flame in the month of May, Gemini. All right, feelings ignited over here on your side. So you're feeling your twin. And if you happen to meet this twin this month, for those of you who are single, they're just going to light you on fire instantaneously. And over on the other side of the reading here, we have divine timing. So, Gemini, what I get from this is, over here on this side, which is the side I'm reading as you, the feelings are, we're aware of them much more than we are over here. There's an element of timing taking place. This person either isn't awakened to the connection yet, doesn't feel it the same, or if we're separated, this could mean that you're still very much in their heart. They feel you, but they're not ready to come back into your life just yet, okay? And for those of you who are single, I don't really feel like, based on these two cards, May is the month. Love can happen at any time, of course, right? But what I see for this particular reading is it's really a matter of timing. And when you meet this person, the way you'll know it's your twin is by the way you feel. It's just like this instantaneous connection. A light switch feels like it goes on inside of you, okay? So let's pull a card to look at what's going on in the headspace of you and your twin flame. All right, there we go. Okay, over here on your side, longing, nostalgia, return. So definitely strong message for separated twin flames with that. And on the other side, we have the Five of Flames, conflict, power struggle, thwarting. So Gemini, for those of you who are separated from the twin flame, this is really a time of separation. I see over here in your energy, there's this deep desire of nostalgia, of longing to return. You know, your feelings are very awakened within you for your twin flame. However, on this side, this person, they're going through some stuff, some conflict, power struggle. They could be in the process of, like, you know, figuring out their ego and working through that and allowing their spirit or their heart to become the stronger force within them, opposed to their mind and their ego with that. But also, there may be this sense of fear of trying to return back in based on however things, you know, happened when you parted ways. Now, those of you who are still together, what I see here is it's like we're in this period of struggle where we're not meeting eye to eye. We're not really understanding where the other one is coming from. And over here, it's like a deep desire to return to the old days when things were much, much easier. It's over here, though, this person's got to work some things out inside themselves within their ego, okay? And those of you where we have not met the twin flame, this could be where you're thinking about somebody that you've met in the past, and it could be the long ago past, and you're like, man, why am I thinking about this person? Like, where is this even coming from? Or how could I even still be thinking about this person? This is a general reading, but that person very well could be your twin flame. And it's a matter of timing. They're working on some personal growth right now before the universe brings you guys back together, okay? Also, those of you waiting to meet a twin flame, just in general, looks again like your twin is going through some personal growth right now, and it's a matter of timing. So let's pull some cards to see what's happening at a soul level. All right, so over here on your side, Gemini, we have negative ties. As much as you love this person, whether separated or together, you're picking up a lot of negative energy within that person. And I think you're personalizing it and taking it as a personal attack, okay? Or Gemini, at this point on your twin flame journey, whether separated or apart, it could be that we have to be separate because this person is more toxic than beneficial to you with this coming out, okay? It's kind of like you've been ensnared in a web and it's taking more from you than it's giving to you. You're sustaining the energetic existence of this person as well as your own. And so if we're separated, that's why Spirit has separated, because this is not acceptable in a twin flame union and connection. It's not. And so this person has to work it out in themselves. And there's some codependency over it. Just, gosh, a lot of ego on this side of the reading. Just very driven from that space opposed to coming from a heart space. And that doesn't make this person a bad person. It's really speaking to the consciousness in which they predominantly operate from, okay? And so if there's a separation, it's because Spirit's like, look, this is more damaging to you at this time than it is beneficial, as well as it's damaging to this person, because if they're allowed to be codependent and take no responsibility or accountability for their actions and the way it impacts others, they can't grow either. So the separation is kind of for them to fall on their butt and wake up to who they are and the choices they make and how they treat people, and an effort to push them more into their heart space, okay? Those of you who are single, listen, there may be some people in your life that you need to get out of Dodge. They keep your vibration lower, which ultimately is one of the obstacles and barriers between you and your twin flame coming together, okay? All right, over here on this side, we have visitation. So with this card, to me, there's ancestors, there's passed on loved ones working with this person, okay? And since this is twin flame, what's different to me about twin flame union opposed to other like relationships or relationship readings is it's a spiritual thing to me, all right? The union is not a fairy tale romance. It's about soul contract, what we're supposed to do this life journey. And the twin flame connection is something very special because the two pieces coming together, the energy that's created from that is something that never happens unless these twin flames, these two right here, come together, all right? And this set of twin flame right here, the energy that's created by this union is special, unique. There's spiritual mission attached to every twin flame union, okay? Whether the twins are consciously aware of it or not, it's about the energy and the way that's impacting consciousness of mankind. And now this card right here, this is a very special, wise soul, okay? It may even be a star seed because... look at what the next card out would be, love lessons. Yeah, you guys are going through some love lessons at the soul level. They could definitely be like a star seed, but they're having a visitation of some sort of energy, and this energy is really trying to help awaken them, okay? Because the two of you together, there's some sort of spiritual mission that takes place, whether big or small, okay? And this person just isn't waking up, and the energy that's visiting, it's like it's being pushed away. We're not ready yet. It's not time. The ego says, okay? The ego is very much in charge with this person. And because we all have free will, despite our destined life path, the avatar has to get on board with it, okay? The spirit can say what it wants all day long, but if the avatar is not listening and is not complying, it's not good stuff, okay? So I get that that's a lot of what's happening over here, and that's why spirit has separated. And you know what, I can't even read this for twin flames that are together, just based on what's coming through. So I do apologize for that, because I definitely want to cover all scenarios, but in this reading it's definitely separated, whether we've been together and we're apart, or we have yet to meet, okay? And on this side, energy is much more balanced and alignment, but there's some negative energies attached to this person, and I feel like it's friends, or just different. It could even be like some spiritual mentors that aren't giving the best advice about you and your life and your situation. I don't know. You know what this would mean to you personally, okay? But also with this, some of you had to be detached from the twin because this is who they are, okay? This is what they represent to your energy field, and that's not acceptable. And so spirit's like, we have to part. And those of you who have not met the twin flame, it's, yeah, they've got work, okay? And this is work that you cannot do for them or really help them with. So let's see what energy exists in between the two of you. All right, hero, devoted through thick and thin. Oh, that's actually beautiful. I don't know if that's going to stay. There we go. Gemini. Whew, it's like no matter what this person has put you through, you are devoted, heart and soul, body, mind, heart and soul. That's where I belong. You know it like you know it. And even though you can perceive that this is a negative connection right now and it's more toxic to you than anything else, it's like you can't leave it. You can't separate yourself from it. And you're really struggling with that because, again, this energy is quite on point. It's this person that is just not awakened. Their ego is so in control. And over here, it's like, I'll do whatever it takes. Like, what do you need from me? What can I do? Spirit, what do I need to do? What do I need to be? And it's just so driven within. But over here, this is why it's not working, Gemini. They're not awoken. And until they work that out within themselves, they can only harm you. And that's why Spirit's like, nope, we must separate. So let's pull some tarot and see how these energies are playing out. Okay, so we have the 10 of Karmic energy. So with this coming out, I get the sense for many of you, either your twin is in a very superficial relationship that's more like a house of cards, or you are currently in a relationship that is very superficial for you because you're trying to move on from your twin flame, but it's not like you can't seem to connect to anybody else, okay? So all I have to say is whether it's you or your twin or both of you in relationships with other people, it's fake. It's a house of cards. And you might be fooling each other, but Spirit sees it straight up for what it is. And oh, look at that, contract fulfillment. This is typically about karmic contracts being fulfilled. However, Gemini, just based on the way your reading is going, I feel like that's what we're doing over here. That person has some karmic contracts that they're still working on, and you have fulfilled, okay? This, if you are participating in a relationship that you know is not your one meant for you, you're just trying to move on and do what you think is right, you might want to rethink that, because you don't want to create karma that you have to clean up before you can, align to the twin flame. Sometimes being single and alone and working on yourself spiritually is the best course towards twin flame union, okay? It's not, let me distract myself with other people. Don't follow suit from what this person is doing, okay? Because if they can't love their twin, they can't love anybody, and you have no competition. It's karmic energy, it fizzles, it fades, it's not lasting. But the connection between twin flames, that never leaves. So you've got to trust in that and the life journey that you both signed up for, okay? Now, heart energy, Six of Heart energy. This right here would actually be the Six of Emotions. So, Gemini, there could be a temporary reconnection that happens in the month of May, okay? Because we do have it showing up twice here. Very temporary. So if we have this reunitement with twin flame, I'm not quite sure that it's very lasting, because they're not ready. I just think you guys really miss each other. It's hard to stay apart here. Because look at this, Three of Heart energy. We're so happy together. When it's good, but it's like one person just kind of spirals off or refuses to commit, or is in and then out and ghosting and gone and has a million excuses here. Now look at this, personal life journey. This would be the Hermit. Gemini, exactly what I said. If you are watching your twin flame be with somebody else, and you are trying to get in a different relationship, or you are in a relationship, here's Spirit reiterating what I just said, is that's not the way to your twin flame, regardless of what they're doing. Sometimes, Gemini, you have got to hold the space, all right? And no, it doesn't feel fair, but it's all about contracts of the soul. You've got to hold the space. You've got to stay on that foundation that's been created by the initial union of you and your twin aligning, okay? And that you can't hold the space if you're involved with somebody else. They cannot hold this space. They are not awakened yet, okay? They feel the connection for sure, but this over here, nah. They're growing, they're maturing, they're evolving, and they need to be on a personal life journey. But in essence, they are. Theirs just entails a lot of riffraff and stuff that you don't need for your soul growth. And so, if you meet somebody and you really click, fine. But don't get into any other relationship just to spite this person, or in an effort to try to get over it and move on, because it will not work. It won't work that way. When you focus on you and what's best for you, and Spirit, show me the way here, that is where the fire is found. That is the magic, okay? Yeah, look at this, Five of Karmic energy. This right here is deep regret and remorse for rejecting our twin flame. And we know on which side of the reading that speaks to, okay? Even though they have this sense of sadness over the way things go between the two of you, they can't change, Gemini, until it's time. Okay, until their consciousness really gets it, their behavior, their actions, and Spirit's working on them. Okay, Spirit's really working on them. So let's clarify these cards. All right, so for our House of Cards couple, we have shift perception, and that's Spirit saying, listen to the tarot reader. I don't care what it looks like. It's not. It's not. Gemini is not what it seems. They are not as happy as they appear. It's all flash, and they really miss you. There's regret, and that's why we might have this temporary reconnection, but they have not changed yet, Gemini. Be aware. So we have perception shift here. Sacred love coming out under contracts fulfilled. So be rest well knowing that once the karmic energy is fulfilled, you guys, it's sacred love, like back to you for life, okay? Independence. We're both working on that, just in different ways. And you have the personal life journey right there. And boundaries, yeah, this goes back to that hero energy where because of the connection, it's like I'll do whatever it takes through thick and thin. And Spirit's like, you are supposed to be there for your twin like that, but not when they're acting stupid and misbehaved and unawakened. They will only hurt you. You would never step into a cage with a wild animal and assume because Spirit told you that's your animal totem and you and that animal are going to bond, that you could just jump in that cage with that wild animal and not be torn apart. It takes time. We've got to sit near the cage. We've got to get aligned with each other's energy, right? You can't just jump in. And so for you, it's like you feel that connection instantaneously. This over here is like the wild caged animal, and no animal wants to be caged up, right? And the reason why they feel caged is because they're not awakened. Something is missing within them, and it really distorts their energy. And that's why boundaries have had to come into play here, Gemini. And look at those lessons. There's your lessons. Independence, boundaries. And oh, look at this. Accountability. Yep. They've got to awaken and own who and what they are and the way that their behaviors. So we have 3 lessons coming out. And lastly, we have crazy chemistry. So this coming out under the I miss my twin card, the connection that you guys have, what takes place when you guys are together, there's no comparison, there's no match. I don't care what they have said to you or the pictures they put online or what it looks like. I see the cards, I see the energy, and it's a lie. It is not real. Just like Gemini, if you're trying to pull that crap, it's not real. Your heart is here regardless of what's going on, okay? Their heart, well, you know what? I can't say their heart because they're not even tuned into their heart, but their soul is attached to you. They're never going to create a deeper, more meaningful relationship and connection with another person if you fear that. Like, it's just not going to happen. If they can't love you, they can't love anybody. That's just the bottom line. And they have to come into that understanding. But it's, man, a lot of ego work over on this side, okay? And you just need to trust in your journey and your path that you have signed up for this lifetime, because right now in the month of May, it's a time of lesson with the twin flame, okay? It's about independence, and that's also where we recognize who our twin is. No, our twin's not awakened, but we're gonna just be single, and we're gonna, you know, work on ourselves and enjoy life, enjoy our friends, ask Spirit to open us up to new ideas and interests, and just not worry about this, because worry is not going to change any part of this process. It's, you know, what it is. And I see that we need to be focused on ourselves and our spiritual growth, and be willing to put those boundaries when they're needed until they can take accountability for their behavior and no longer be this flaky in and out. Because this here, you know, it's like I'm back for a minute and then I'm gone again. So if your twin is showing up in May It might just be the same old song and dance as it's always been, okay? You have to really discern for yourself. This is a general reading, but just remember what's said here. Until this person can truly take accountability, you want the boundaries, because until that happens, they haven't awakened. You'll know when they've awakened, okay? Because the way they take accountability won't just be like, oh, I'm sorry that you found out about this. It's true remorse and regret within, and recognition of the way they've harmed you, but not just you. It's a recognition of all the people that they've harmed through their behavior, lack of caring, being ego driven rather than coming from their heart space, okay? It's an awakening, which the awakening comes the purge, and you'll know the difference, okay? So Gemini, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.